let's go. To Urukopaka. The Pilu. Let's go. I've been waiting for what feels like a days, and eaten enough of Iru's tacos to feed an army. What is it you'd like to know? Our concern was confirming the state of the road ahead. As our call to reach Urupaka, we depart from Arc of Dawn, then take the road west. That is indeed the way to Urupaka. After damage wrought by the recent downpour, however, you'll be doing more than stumbling and walking. But do take heart, when it comes to rugged terrain, we have a most dependable solution. Come with me. May I introduce you to our most dependable companion? These animals can traverse our progress as steep mountains trails, as if they were general fields, and all while carrying heavy loads. Our merchants would be lost without them. So they feel much the same niche as our chocobos. You don't have alpacas in Urza? Alpacas are native to York Tyrol. Urza has its chocobos, and the eastern lands have their horses. Why go to the trouble of breeding another pack of beasts in a place which ill suits its qualities, where it's not needed? Ah, but must we ride these little monsters? I get the impression you aren't fond of alpacas. I was small and being a bit naughty. I went around pulling on their wool. One of them spat on me, and it was the foul stench you can imagine. I see. What are they like to ride? Alpacas bred as mounts are inquisitive and docile, even those without experience. We're really doing this then. So is more information useful? Yes, very helpful, even if it wasn't what I wanted to hear. Good, I'll take my payment now. You want payment? I guess I should have expected as much from a Pilu merchant. Let me see what I have on me. The Pilu value the act of spreading joy through trade. As you should know, they take pride in making deals that benefit both parties. Here you go, a fair price for your fair advice. Yes, I made a trade with the third promise. My friends will never believe this. I shall be on my way now. Off you go then. I better not get a spit on again. You brought that on yourself. Remain calm and gentle, and so will they. Yeah, remain calm and gentle. I'm still not happy about this, but if we need to ride alpacas to reach Uraka, then that's all what we'll do, right?
Turali poets of yore sang of a mountain that would stand tall, even should all other lands sink beneath the sea. Indomitable and eternal, It arises from Urkopacha, the 100 peaks of time. Of all the beasts which crawl and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty. Yet, with that flying calamity imprisoned by the Dawn Serpent, what great feat remains for those who would claim the throne?
Yoctral Urkopaka.
So this is Urkopacha. I've never actually been here before.
The air is so crisp and clear. Mountains everywhere you look.
That one massive peak in particular has quite the presence. It puts me in mind of Som Al.
That is Workor Sormor, the tallest mountain in Yogg-Tural. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb. But there are other reasons the ambitious keep their distance.
Oh? Do tell.
Where to begin?
Excuse me, but you're Wuk Lamat, are you not? I hadn't thought to encounter one of the Dawn's promise here, of all places. But I should introduce myself. I am Bol Nok, a weaver by trade.
Well met, Bolnok. We're on our way to Watrin Bello.
Truly, I've just come from there, as it happens. I'd asked the Pelu Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch. The head rancher and I shared a bottle of mezcal while he explained the finer points of wool production.
Mezcal, is that a local beverage?
It's an Urkopacha specialty. A spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
Yes, and it must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool. They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end. But listen to me, boring you with my tedious stories. I will leave you before you are lulled to sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels. Oh, silly me. I almost forgot to say the thing I actually wanted to say. Peace for Tural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne.
I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu Pelu merchants.
Yes, they do more than run the markets in Tuliyollal. Pelu Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural, traveling from place to place on their sturdy alpacas. They are effusive and engaging speakers, and many's the customer who's been talked into spending more than they bargained for.
They won't find this customer so easily charmed.
Watchun Pello's down the path! Off the main road! Don't get lost!
It's right there.
Right, so we gotta talk to Erinville down the path. There's one nearby to the southwest. Probably up the seal. And there's Erenville. This is it. Watchun Pello, home of the Pelu Pelu. Wuklamat should have arrived before us. That's not good. You've come all this way for the right of succession. Oh, so this means I'm exchanging words with the future Dawn Servant. Please, the outcome is far from decided, but it is a possibility. How fortunate, then, that I deal in cloaks, woven from especially luxurious alpaca wool. Such a garment. Oh, ouch. A nation's ruler should dress her best for the adoring people, yes? Find me for our latest lady, that's right, come, third promise. My well-stocked shelves are but a few steps away. Finest lady, huh, I like the sound of that. Alright, I suppose a quick look wouldn't hurt. What did we just talk about? Erenville, when did you... Shatona, from far off Cactuar. Northern winters are bitterly cold affairs, I'm told. I cannot imagine how you survived them without a lovely warm cloak of quality alpaca wool. No thank you, I'm not in the need of new clothes at the moment, and neither is the third promise. Of course, my shop door is always open. You were saying about something about easily charmed? I was just... As mentioned previously, the Pelu people live for bringing happiness throughout trade. They won't cheat you or sell you defective goods. They will, however, disarm you with their tough turns of phrase, and one would think customers like Wuklamat fall prey. Your only recourse is a clear and firm refusal. They won't pursue the matter should you make your disinterest plain. Available insight into the minds of Pelu Pelu, let us take Erenville's words of caution. Not my finest moments, I'll admit, but now that we're here, let's do what we came to do, find the Elector. Allow me to propose a strategy then, Kryl. Alyssa and I will speak with the merchants. Wuklamat, you and Erenville might try to approaching travelers and passerby. Bacchus, pray investigate any of the other establishments which catch your eye. Should we learn aught of use, let us relay it to the third promise. Okay. Some repairs down there. Quarters, okay. The Dawn Servant's Elector? I thought you were a few face in town. Here, for the right of succession, to take it. I don't care much for who sits on the throne, so long as they keep Tyrell peaceful. People tend to not be in the mood to relax and sip our excellent musical once arrows and spears start flying, if you know what I mean. Speaking of which, would you like a cup? No thanks. Alright, yes, you were asking about the Elector business. Being but freshly returned from my journey route, I've heard that there's a contest afoot, but not much else. Our head ledger, Toby, could probably tell you more. Electors, oh yes, I've heard all about the right of succession. They're looking to put a new ruler on the throne. Personally, I'm rooting for Zoralja. If the first promise wins, he'll look to expand our sphere of influence. That means access to more resources and more customers. 1,000 columns, potentially. So many new trading opportunities to spread happiness. Others have been coming around to my way of thinking, so I've begun crafting goods. Very well. You said you want to know about the Elector? I could help you, but I won't. I can tell you're no support of Zoralja or his policies. Hello there, I'm Mablu. Did you have a question for me? Sorry, I don't know about my Electors. You should take a moment to see our prized alpacas. Oh, be sure to admire them from a respectable distance. Get too close and our nervous darlings may be tempted to spit on you. It happened to a visiting buyer not so long ago. No one makes a mistake without Toby noticing. He knows everything. Okay. Now let's go talk to Clement then. You really have to watch out yourself when you're on these silver-tongued peddlers. Anyway, I did manage to learn that Toby's the man to talk about. Alright, so let's go. Let's go talk to Toby then. Really? He's also their head rancher? Well, the alpaca ranch is not far from here. Let's go pay a visit. That is a lot of alpacas. I can't let fear deter me. Not to say I'm scared, of course. You're scared of alpacas? Excuse me, is one of these workers Toby? Toby, oh yes, he likes to mingle with the fresh hands and keep an eye on things. I can't tell you which one he is, though. Can't? Is this part of the contest? All I can say is that Toby often mentioned his favorite Pungut subject. He also can't resist a profitable trade, even though who among could. Am I right? Okay. Let's go. So it's like a game then. Let's go. Oh, well, maybe one problem. I don't think my purse is deep enough to pay everyone. I think might be Toby. Let's ask some questions first to narrow the field. Great, we can meet back here to share our impressions. A visitor from across the land, if I'm not mistaken. Be warned, alpacas will spit at you. Okay. Ah, well, maybe I am. Well, it says that this just doesn't have to read more alpacas than I. Am I Toby? Yes, that's me. It's excellent work from the third promise and her entourage. Sharpen shakes. So who do you think it is? I have a suspicion. The nonchalant one? So hand over the coin. Truth is, I'm not even a ranch hand. I just like to come and watch alpacas. But you don't even work here. I knew I should have gone with my god on this one. Now's not the time to mourn wasted coin. We need to regroup. The boastful one, I guess. We'll just do one at a time until we get the right one. Nothing would make me happy than knowing your identity, so how about we make a deal and you tell me the truth? Aha, then I agree to your trade. Done and done. As for my part of the bargain, I am not Tobley, not the head ledger. Oh my god, who is it then? Was it seriously the first option? It was the first option, wasn't it? Head ledger of Wedge Fellow and head ranch of Family Ranch. I'm also one of the Google Judge's chosen electors. Aha, and a place featured in Tualael Saga, just as we thought. Though it took more than coin than I would have liked. She found you fair and square, Tobley. I'm glad she did. Would have been a pity had her bid ended here.
Deducing the Dunservant's elector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring ruler, eh?
Right. Not hard at all. Zorolja.
I am told the head ledger, Tobley, is to be found here.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobley. That's part of the test.
You're Tobley.
Without even asking a single question. Very impressive indeed. With that amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the actual challenge. Per the Dawn Servant's instructions, I was free to devise any manner of feat. I considered the number of possibilities in the 10th column. But I think I have a good one. You must go forth and capture for me an alpaca.
An alpaca? What? Wait, what?
While I've not had the best experiences with alpacas, aren't they generally docile creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
Bring out the example! This is a special kind of alpaca. Would you please approach the animal, Third Promise?
Who? Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what Erinville said. Ah! The little monster spat on me! Ah, oh, that stinks. I can't.
Alpacas are paradoxical creatures, being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly. Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit, as you've all just witnessed. Has an awful stench, their expectoration. The globs contain half-digested food, you see, making it an effective deterrent against perceived threats.
Wild valley braid like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out. They're also especially hardy.
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but beatable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the creatures dwell. And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with the catching. The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
As I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge. And when you reach the end of the rite, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
Very well. This won't take long.
Wait! Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
A beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
So far, this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas. But that doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting spit aside, they're just another animal.
Are you all right, Orclamat? We thought we heard you scream.
The third promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
Scream, in other words.
Did you find the Elector?
Oh, we certainly did.
Had to go and wash that nasty stuff on my face. I think I got all of it. But would you mind taking a sniff for me? Just make sure. The stench has ruined my sense of smell. I saw that look. The feet of gold. As Wickham can help demonstrate, the Valley of Alpaca are wary of people getting close. You might have warned me about that earlier. I have enough trouble taming the alpacas. How do you expect me to wrangle a wild one? With the proper saddle, we infuse the lighter with a relaxing scent that suits the spitting beast. Wonderful, give me one of those then. Have you perhaps forgotten we are of a clan of merchants? If you want taming a saddle, you'll need to find a saddler and make them an offer. They don't come cheap, of course. Crafting a saddle will cost you the equivalent of 10 pel, and 1,000 columns. I mean 10,000 pel? I don't have that kind of coin. Converting to guild, that comes around to 1,000,000 or so. Perhaps if we all pitch in? No, this is my feat to accomplish. I wouldn't feel right about having others pay for the costs. In that case... that basket of wool is worth the sum you paid me earlier. 1 pel in the hundreds of column. Putting the wool in, you can trade for ever more valuable goods until you have something suitable. That's a nice gesture, but you think I can turn 100 pel into 1,000,000? That's 10,000 more times. We need 10,000 pel, not 1,000,000, so we're looking not 100 times more. Alright, I panicked and I got confused with Alphino's million kill. I'm not sure about this trading idea, but you were almost talked to buying a cloak you didn't need moments after you arrived. I hate it when you're alright. Let me to help you with the deal making. Hello? Again. Babu, I work here as a ranch hand, but I've also learned a lot about the peddler profession. It's hard to have I aid them now, yes. I guided the claimants toward the first step of the feat, like you asked. As long as Wickham goes alone to capture her alpaca, she's free to accept assistance from whoever she likes. Alright, let's see about getting you that settled then, third promise. I don't know why you made your offer, but I could use an ally with a beak for bargains. Welcome aboard, Mablu. Should the rest of us stay behind, perhaps? It may be easier to hackle over prices without so many voices chiming in. Yes, stay here and pitch in with the ranch fork. With Mablu gone, I'll need extra hands. Gladly, all the patios, I would think you should go with Clamat. You've seen markets and bazaars. You should also hold on to alpaca wool. If it's misplaced or soiled, you'll have nothing to bargain with. Ah, something I can do for you. You got a bargain. I need one of your special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. Saddle, is it? And how will you be paying for it? With this basket of fine alpaca wool. What use does a saddle maker have for wool? Besides, this would barely cover the costs. Offer me something I actually want. And what might that be? Mezcal. I like to nurse a cup a day's at end while I inspect my finished work. Bring me a jug of quality stuff and you've got yourself a deal. This bodes well for us, I promise. Such mezcal can be had for only 5 pel in 1,000 columns. Hold on, did you say third promise? Then my offer has changed. A saddle is going to cost you a jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years at least. 3 years? That stuff is valued at 10,000 bills more. Why have you doubled the price? Because I must support the man of ambition who'll see my business prosper, Zurolja. So he does not want us to win, okay. But I won't sell you my craft for anything less. Asking price. Can't say I blame him. I'm known for championing peace, and peace is unlikely to bring him more customers. Those of our grandparents' generation remember the dark days when the clans were at war. Many of these Pelu pray for your victory, Wuklamot. The younger ones, though, to them, strife and bloodshed are as children's stories. They think themselves safe from those horrors. Still, others are unsatisfied with this quiet prosperity and crave the future of the Second Promise and visions. They became obsessed with innovations like the dirigibles. Then you have those like Havli, convinced that the First Promise plans for conquest will afford them opportunities for profit. What about you, Mablu? Aren't you one of the younger generation? At least a year or two younger than me, I'd say. I was right on the old tales. I've memorized the accounts of what was like when the Yokyu ruled our village. That's why I offered to help. I want you to become the Dawn Servant, to keep our nation from going back to the way it was. Well then, I guess I better make sure I win the contest. The type of mezcal the saddle maker wants is too expensive. Weren't we expecting to need 10,000 pel from the outset? Nothing's changed, we just need to get on with it. I may not have the head for trade, or the stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up. Then neither will I. We will make you Dawn Servant. Aiming for that 10,000 pel jug right away will only bring us failure. So let's first try exchanging the wool for anything even touch more valuable. The trick is to find someone who needs alpaca wool and is willing to trade at a loss. Of course, the Weaver, Bolnock was his name, I believe. He went out of his way to say he agreed with my vision. I think I remember the direction he was going, but for now, let's head back to the road where we first met him. This is the spot after Bolnock talked to us. He walked off to the south. Then he was probably going to Involclose Inn. Most visitors to Wakupalo end up staying there. Let's go back and check. And I have the basket. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's see if we can turn a profit. Well done, I'm glad we found you. Are you interested in making a trade? I promise you wish to do business. May I ask what this is about? I see, so the goal is to turn the basket wool into a jug of 3-year-old premium mezcal. And allow me to invest in your efforts. Peace in Tyrell is what allows me to cross freely into the lands of my suppliers. Naturally, I would prefer that one pledge to preserve the peace, win the throne. Thus do I humbly offer you this wool poncho, a small token that I pray contributes to your victory. Poncho. Well, that's fine craftsmanship. A garment like that would easily fetch 5 pel in the 100 column. That's very generous, Bulknote. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. I believe every freight in you, fair promise. May fortune bless you. I can't believe you quintupled your investment with just the first deal. We're off to a spectacular start. Only because Patty has remembered our weaver friend. That's not true. The connections you build with people are vital. This is one of the most fundamental aspects of trading. You think so? I know so. Now let's take our 500 pel poncho and trade it for something more valuable. Here, you take the poncho. If I lost it somehow, Aaronville would never let me hear of it. Dumpster connections is a sound strategy, but we should also consider supply and demand. The individual and urgent need of a good poncho will offer more than a merchant simply looking to stock his shelves. That makes sense, but how do we know if someone needs a poncho? Well, they aren't wearing one? That's the obvious answer, isn't it? We look for a person without a poncho and hope they're eager to buy ours. Yes, there you go. We find a demand of our supply. So where should we begin our search for a prospective buyer? There may be numbers of places, but we could do worse than starting right here in the inn. Might be interested travelers. Who here needs a poncho? So probably Landscar sells swords. Mamulja, soldier for a living, prefer not to wear much above the waist. It hampers their movement. So even if they have bare shoulders, Mamulja carrying arms can be struck off the list. How about this guy here? See, no coat or cloak, but also no weapon. Alright, we have a winner. Oh there, friend. You're not a mercenary by trade, right? I was curious about your bold choice of dress, or lack thereof. Oh, it was no choice of mine, believe me. I was attacked by a beast on the way here, and barely escaped my scales. My coat was not so lucky. I'm actually a toolmaker from Taliolal, and was dressed quite smartly, all the better to show the Pelu I am a man who takes pride in appearance, and therefore his work. Well, sir, this is your lucky day. Oh, what a splendid poncho. This would be perfect replacement for the coat I lost. I'd be willing to part with it if you'd like to make a trade for one of your fine tools, perhaps. What about this hatchet? I crafted it myself and will vouch for its quality. It looks sharp, the half well made. I'll value it at 1 pel in 10,000 column. Oh no, from 500 to 1,000. We have a deal. Wonderful. A fine garment such as this would put me on even footing with any Pelu merchant. Like the eponymous owner of Mipu's Mate Garden, for one. Alright, that's nice. No matter, I have other wares to sell. Glad I have met you. Alright, so we made a deal. Perfect. Did you hear that? We've already found our next buyer. To Mipu's Mate Garden we go. Yes, but it's a fair distance on foot. We should take alpacas. Nice. That's double. Well, alright, so we're gonna take the alpacas. Nice. That I suppose we should be a hop on the alpacas. Let's go. Wrong person. Hurry up, let's go mount up. Let's go ride the alpaca ride. Whee! Alpaca adventure we go! Yippee! Hey, giddy up, pony! Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, let's go! Made it without a single smelly incident. I sent alpacas back to Ulvlo's Inn, so we'll walk along the main road when we return to the village. Speaking of roads, you were adopted by the Dawn Servant, weren't you, to promise? That I was. Then perhaps you understand I was an orphan too, you see. Tobley took me in. He took in all the ranch hands. Oh, all of them? Yes, everyone works hard at their chores, grateful for the opportunity to repay the head ledger's generosity. Yet here I am, the only one wanting to go off and be a merchant. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm telling you this. We need to keep trading things for your saddle if you're to prepare for the feat of gold. As it's mate harvesting season, they can't have too many quality hatchets, and add to Woklamat's way of people, we should have no trouble making a favorable deal. That's Miplu herself over there. Pass the hatchet to the turd pass it a hatchet, and let's get the bargain in. You have that little axe for me, right? Yeah, there you go. Enjoy it. Thanks. Now, let's see what we can get out of it. You're Miplu, you owner of the fields. I have a mind to trade you. Well then, the third promise. I might be convinced to entertain the proposal. What do you have on offer? This hatchet, forged by a seasoned artisan. The razor edge of this exceptional tool will make light work of your crops. The quality is acceptable, I suppose. I offer you a large sack of mate leaves in exchange. One pal and a telepod, the same price as hatchet. The deal would bring us no closer. If I may, mistress, it's harvesting season now. Does not demand for the hatchets afford them a higher value? It is indeed a season, which is why I procured an ample batch of tools well in advance. Ah. Oh, we missed a window for the man. In that case, we'll have to fall back on the connections. Think it is this way. Generous deal here will put you in the third promise good care. Races. Surely there's worthy for consideration. I don't wish to give offense, but I must tell you that I stand with the second promise. These innovations will improve every aspect of our lives. I assure you that I have nothing but respect for Woklamat. That is why I am prepared to purchase a spare hatchet at a fair price. I suppose it is a given for your reasons, but we ourselves would be no better off for a transaction. How about this then? If you were to bring in your hatchet, would you give us a better deal? As a matter of fact, I would until the Kona's reforms come about. I can always use more hands in the field. Then you can go ahead and add our labor to the bargain. Added value to tip the scales? How could I have forgotten one of the most basic rules of trading? You can rest here if you like, Mablu. Pedros and I have mate together. Oh no, I'm helping too. Off to the fields, then. Mind you pick the healthy leaves. I'll take 5 good bundles from each of you. Ah, one there. There's a tree on the other side, I think. Oh, you brought some leaves then. Here you go. An acceptable harvest. We'll see how your companions fared before I make a decision. Ah, here. We've brought our share. Ah, thank you, dear Promise. This is more than enough to hold up your end of the bargain. Now it's time to honor mine. After adding the value of your labor to the price of the hatchet, I'm prepared to offer you a full sack of our highest grade made leaves. Premium mate, bought from the shop. One sack of those leaves would cost no less than 5 pal a 1,000 column. Then we can bid farewell to this hatchet. I'll give it a good home. Talk of the contest aside, I'm glad we could come to a mutual agreeable trade. As am I. All the best with the rest of your harvest. Oh, Blue, what's wrong? It's as I was saying before, even after everything Toby's done for me, I'm planning to abandon it all and become a merchant. But then I needed your help after forgetting the basic rule of trade. How can I expect Toby to accept my decision? Have you mentioned your plans to leave? Not exactly. I want to prove I could succeed as a peddler before I declare my intentions. I seek to follow my father's footsteps, but not because he expects it of me. I want to preserve Tyrell's peace, and become John's servant happens to be the best way to do it. You should live a life of your own choosing, and I wouldn't be surprised if Toby held up the same opinion. You're right, it's better to find out for sure than worry over what he might say. Thank you for your advice. But first, let's finish this. Let's go. What's next then? We try to trade our tea leaves for something halfway to 10,000 pal? No, I think we're close enough now. I say we go straight to the premium mezcal. Bargain our way into the doubled value, eh? Think you can do it? Trust me, I will make this trade work. I admire you, dear Promise, that you're holding your own against such strong competition to the throne is inspiring. Am I really holding my own against Koana and Zoralja? I mean, of course I am. I am Muklamat of the Dawn's Promise, after all. That was 5 times. Nice. Looks like Mark has her eyes set on the jug of premium mezcal. Alright, let's go. Here we go. Ready then. Our next stop is the mezcal distillery. Let's go. Where is it actually? Want to speak to the man of Gobley? Alright, let's go. He knows the value of his product, so if we can convince him to trade... If you could talk to people here in the distillery patios, perhaps Oaklamont could do the same. He was muttering about monsters prowling around Agav. Their presence has made it harder to procure set ingredients. So there's monsters, okay. Oh, there we are. So what did you find out? There's monsters and other stuff. Oh, we can make use of those tidbits. The deal is a good deal. Seal. I found out where Goldie's working. I was still at the top of the slopes behind that shirt. You have business with me, madame? Why don't we talk down below? Ah, now what's this? Keep it brief, if you would. I'm a busy man. At a market for a 3-year-old jug of premium mezcal. Assuming you have any hand on that is. Ah, excellent choice. I must warn you though, it doesn't come cheap. We don't have a pal, but we can offer a sack of mate leaves in exchange for top-grade stuff like the mezcal. No deal. Mate leaves are well and good, but I don't have any use for them. No deal, just like that. Still, I'd hate to send you away empty-handed. Why don't we sit and chat a while over a cup of mezcal? Now the real bargain begins. Which of our cards do you have to play first? The monsters in Yage Fields? So now, we need to consider our timing. I both shape distaste for strong drinks. I appreciate your hospitality, but I'm afraid I can't hold my drink. I've heard one of the regular customers. I hope Joe Chef is the same. Seeing as not everyone can enjoy mezcal, I wonder if you might benefit from having other refreshments to offer. Something like mate tea, for instance, brewed from the finest leaves, of course. You're right, absolutely right. I had noticed a growing reluctance on the part of my Hobijo Bigo friend, but did not realize I myself was to blame. I must endeavor to be better a host. Still, even with that added value in mind, no sack of leaves is worth the mezcal you're after. Should we offer the call to monsters, causing them trouble? Not yet. We'll keep that card up our sleeve until we need it. As I expect you're aware, the rite of succession is currently taking place. That's why the third province has greeted us for presents. When the contest is decided, the subscription ascension ceremony and banquet will be a prestigious affair. If your mezcals were to be served there, it would bring your distillery immeasurable fame. But could it be that your rumored invitation to the palace is to discuss the very possibility? As a matter of fact, yes, I must admit, I'm still reeling from the abruptness. Well, I should think your exceptional mezcal would speak for itself. That said, there's no such thing as being too prepared, and this first impression lasts. You'll want to be wearing your very best when you walk into Volok Shunsa. It would be much a shame to miss this chance of a lifetime. Then it would. Are you saying you have garments to offer? Something ideal for court? We have no garments on hand, I'm afraid, but we can provide you with the next best thing, an introduction to a weaver. His name is Bolnok, and his works are highly regarded in Teoliola. As a supporter of Glamok and keen observer of the palace politics, he will doubtless be happy to guide you. That is certainly a tempting proposal, and one for which I would like to take full advantage, but the scales still aren't quite balancing. Say, weren't there monsters roaming amok XIV? That's a problem we could easily solve for you. Surely, I would be most grateful for your immediate assistance. I was resigned to hiring cell shores to clear them out. Factoring that saved expense and introduction to a trusted weaver, this is shaping out to be a sound bargain. Alright, you have a deal. Yes, I need you to come around. Give us a moment, and Padios and I will take care of those prowling nuisances. In the meantime, I'll use the time to pen an introductory letter to Bolnock. The fields you're looking for are just north of Okulpepelo. Be safe. Let's do this. We're gonna destroy those monsters. This should be a cave jaws just over there. This will go faster if we split up and come and find me. Finish clearing them out. Let's go. Let's go clear them out. Clear out the monsters. By the creatures I hunted with Papa, this was no challenge at all. Come on, let's head back to the distillery. Those monsters are no trouble for you, it seems. Now, if I could just have the sack of leaves. Thank you for looking after our precious trading goods. Your monster problem has been resolved, Master Gobley. Here are the made leaves and a written introduction to Bulk Knock, as agreed. And the deal is done. Here is your jug premium mezcal, aged 3 years. Please accept it. Yes, we finally have a mezcal. Great work, especially you, Mablu. You were the one that inspired me to come this far, dear promise, but let's not celebrate until we have the saddle in hand. Mablu, is it? You drive a hard bargain, young peddler. I look forward to doing business with you in the future. Thank you, but truth be told, I'm just a ranch hand. For now, should I ever become a proper merchant though, I'll be back to strike more deals with you. Even in the palace, I don't think I've held a 10,000 pound jug anything before. My hands won't stop shaking. Here, you better hold on to it. Can you imagine if we dropped it and had to start over? Luckily, Havli Place is not far. We just need to head across the plaza. This is it, the trade we've been working for. Here you go. Still in one piece. Here you go. Get your tools ready, Saddler. We've brought you your precious mezcal. Wait, you actually got your hands on a jug, but you had nothing a few measly chunks of wool. What we had was an aspiring trader with a gift for negotiation. Although sooner there ain't no claimant but Zuralja, I cannot go against the guiding principles of the Pelu Pelu. Trade is a fair one. I will craft you a saddle, dear promise. Great. Stay and wait if you like. I have all the requisite materials, so this won't take long. Your commission is ready. Catching a wild alpaca is never a simple affair, but you'll have an easier time of it with one of my saddles. Now, if you don't mind, I have other work that needs fishing. I can taste the smooth mezcal already. We did it. The saddle's ours. To think we started out with only 100 pal basket alpaca wool. Mablu, you are going to be an incredible merchant. Thank you, it makes me so glad to hear that from you. We got what we came for, so let's return to the ranch. You required to settle then. It's thanks, in no small part, to Mablu. This is something I need to learn. Let's tame the alpaca! Woohoo! Great, sunken gods, I did it. He hardly seemed bothered, much less inclined to spit, as if he was completely accepting of Stomach's touch. That is because of the singular scent which the saddle has been coated in. You know, I've never taken a good look at one of you before, but you're actually kind of cute. Ah, you're only now noticing that? Zeralja, he's back. He got a golden one? I mean, exactly what he set out to do. The alpaca he's brought, is it just me or is it glowing? I've heard tales of such beasts. They say the golden alpaca lives a solitary existence deep in the valley, where it shuns the company of both man and its own kind. Impressive. How did he manage to snare a prize like that? The beast knows its betters. Faced with overwhelming strength, it will yield rather than risk death. An apt illustration of how greatly the power of the first promise exceeds yours, Lamont. Strength alone won't win him over our father's throne. I'll be the one to find the Golden City, and then Terral can remain at peace. An everlasting desire for peace can only be forged in the fires of war. To unite as one, the people must be taught. They must suffer the horror and the hopelessness firsthand. Exhaustion from prolonged conflict, the wages of war, merciless nature, these are what moved the clans to join in the founding of Toliala all these years ago. Consider a younger generation of this village. Since birth they have basked in unbroken harmony, and behold, they regard war not as tragedy, but opportunity. Thus does the Aurelian son seek to provide education. He offers much needed lessons in the realities of conquest, and a renewed appreciation for peacetime. It's true that war's misery breeds a longing for peace. But I have seen with my own eyes what becomes of an empire forged through the violence you propose, the rebellions it spawned, and the ruins it left behind. The Garlian Empire was a congregation of simpletons. The oppressed fought back against their oppressors, as well as they should. Men are not beasts. Only a fool would seek to rule over all with the threat of force alone. This is why Gulul Jaja did not elevate the Mumulja, why he treated all clans of equal respect. First Promise has his gaze fixed upon more distant horizons. He would unite not only Tuliolal, but the star in its entirety. Wait, why? I need not explain myself to you. Oh, well done indeed, First Promise. Has completed the feat of the gold with a properly golden flourish. May I present to you your much-deserved keystone? He's always been like that, never sharing his innermost thoughts with me, or even with Koana. It's like we're not even family. I'll ponder Zoralja and his mysteries later. Right now, I need to think about finishing the feat of gold. I have my saddle. I've practiced now to use it, so lead on to where the wild alpacas roam. There's northwest here. Come on, everyone. Let's cheer.
Thanks. I'll need it. Truth be told, still not sure about alpacas. I'd rather not go near one if I can help it. But if I'm to rule this nation, then I'll need to learn how to live with them. Tural is their home too. Right. I'm off.
So, shall we head back to the ranch, or...?
I'm staying here.
As will I. Wooklamart is alone in this. The least we can do is stand watch and await her return.
It may be a while yet. Help me pitch the tent.
Trust a gleaner to come prepared for anything.
What's a gleaner?
Someone whose job it is to travel the world and procure uncommon things for their employers. Erenville specializes in finding animals, I believe.
But aren't you a Shaitana from Cactuar? Why did you cross the salt?
When I was much younger, the thought of leaving Tural never even occurred to me. But then, some years ago, my mentor tasked me with a difficult hunt. Something I could never find, she said. so long as I clung to the familiar. She suggested that I leave home, leave Tural, and join the Gleaners of Charlian. As one of their number, I could experience the world, immerse myself in myriad cultures and customs, see the many faces of nature. And once I had learned what is truly important, I would find that which I seek. My younger self took those words to heart, and off I went to become a gleaner.
Her words alone moved you to leave behind everything you'd ever known? You must have great respect for your mentor.
As it happens, gleaner work was much to my liking, and I all but forgot why I had pursued it in the first place. Yet, events conspired to put me back on the trail I'd abandoned.
Wait, are you saying you were tasked with finding the City of Gold?
I was. And though my hunt is now entangled with the right of succession, I mean to see it through.
Well then, I understand completely. We all have our reasons for seeking the Golden City. Which is all the more reason for us to work together.
Just so.
She should have been back by now. What if something's happened to her? We need to tell Tobli and arrange a search party.
Wait. Do you hear that?
I did it.
You're utterly spent, and small wonder.
Well done, Third Promise.
The ranch isn't going anywhere. Take a rest in the tent.
I think I will. Thank you all for believing in me.
I'm so relieved that Bryn came back to the house safely, and Alpaca she tamed this healthy-looking beast. The log still seems unsteady. I'll return to Ratch and get the pot brewing. Came back ahead of the others, did you? I should have hurried up along with the tea then. Oh, that tea's magical. I feel better already. I see you've become more comfortable around fuzzy friends. Tall alpacas, what grasses and fruits do you eat? What sounds do you react to? They're edible little quirks. I guess I've grown kind of fond of them. Looking back, I've polished a few of gold, have you? Yes, there's no mistaking a valley alpaca. I commend you on your success. Well done. Yes, we did it. Although, I couldn't find a shiny one like Zoralja did. I'd be surprised if you had. Golden alpacas are born but once every few decades. They're elusive, solitary creatures that are rarely seen, much less captured, thanks to their innate physical and magical gifts. Only a single other person is known to have caught one before, that being Gululja himself. Baba was chasing alpacas too. So my grandfather's stories say. It was before the founding of Tilial, in a time when the mountain giants of the Yokhi held our people in thrall. Compelled by their overlords, our forebears would ride their alpaca mounts to the highlands to deliver gifts and foods and other tributes. Then along came the young Gululja, yet unburdened by the mantle of Dawn Servant. Our people are amazed by his imposing two-headed figure, equal to the Yokhi in stature, and puzzled by his entourage of mismatched companions. Some tremble in fear, believing a new conqueror had came. Yet Gululja showed no such inclinations. He had sat and spoke with us, sipping from the cups of mate tea we offered him, and grew somber when he learned of our plight. None could have anticipated what their visitor decided to do next. Gululja ascended the cliffs to face the giants and free the Palupu from the Yokhi's subjugation. He then turned an appraising eye upon the riders and proposed we take to the road to peddle our beverages. So it was that few words from Gululja transformed us into a clan of merchants. I've never heard of the Bon Papa Forge of the Palupu. Spoken of in that way before, the saga is not so detailed. Then you may not know that Gululja sought a sure-footed guide for his trek up and up the highlands. Thus did he capture a golden alpaca. So both my brother and my father caught the rarest tree creatures, while an ordinary one was the best I could manage. The feat required no more than that, her promise, and you brought back the perfectly wonderful beast. Mabel's right. You're a perfectly wonderful beast if anyone's nowhere here needs me. Not only did you complete the feat, you also made many trades and brought joy to me people Palupu fashion. I surely doubt you, sibling, could have achieved the result. You should be proud of the accomplishment which earns your keystone. You're well on our way, dear promise. But I have been lost without you, Malblue. Thanks to you, I learned so much about the Pilu people and their customs. It might seem obvious, but I've come to realize the importance of properly knowing something. It's because I didn't understand alpacas that I was uncomfortable around them. I'm thankful to you as well, Wicklebot. You've given me the courage to say what I wasn't sure I would never say. Dobby, I want to leave the ranch and become a merchant. I appreciate everything you've done for me. I loved every moment caring for the alpacas. But this is something I need to do. I need to walk my own path and make my own trades. As your parent, allow me to say one thing. I've always tried to give my words lives, feel as much happiness as I could. Yet never once have I wanted that to be the only happiness you knew. You may have my blessing to walk your path as you choose, Malblue. It gladdens me that you found calling. Thank you, Dobby. What did I tell you, Malblue? Ah, there's one last thing I can help you with. I promise. You need to find the Golden City, right? That's the end gold. I suggest you talk to Yokui. They once ruled over far more than just Iroquois and the Pelupu. 1,000 years ago, they were the overlords of Yoctoral and all its people. During that era, the Pilu were commanded to search for the City of Gold. They scoured every corner of the continent, but never found any trace of that fabled place. But if they didn't find anything, what could the Yokui have to tell us? They may not have found it, but the fact that they thought to look for it all that makes me curious. Perhaps there's value in delving into the legend. Lose nothing from asking the question. Besides, if we're determined to follow the path, we'll be visiting the giants eventually. The giants, are they up there? Are they up the mountain? Oh, Kryl, I have a question I've been meaning to ask, and since we're finished with the feat, where did you acquire that earring? My earring, do you recognize it? Yes, pieces just like it first became fashionable in Yoctoral around 20 years ago. Since then, it's become common to wear one as a charm for safe travel. 20 years ago, right around the time my grandfather made his journey. Yet the Dawn Spirit implied the earring was connected to the Golden City in some way. Surely there was more to its significance in a simple fashion. If you want to know how it first came to be crafted, I could try to find out. Seeing as it's a regular seller for many merchants, I'm curious to learn about it myself. I would appreciate that much, very much. Jumping feet first into the peddler business, huh? Yep. Right then. That's 2 Kisos down. I say we head back to Tuliolol and plan our next move. Farewell for now, and thanks for all your help. I will become Dawn Servant, so make sure to set aside your best mescal for the occasion. She has fearsome opponent in that brother of hers. He even brought a golden alpaca to heal. But you've heard Zoralja's supporters talk. They might see opportunity in his expansionist ambition, but they find the man himself intimidating. Terrifying, even. Whereas I've grown to love Reclamate, everyone she meets will come to love her, too. And that's why she'll win the throne. You might be right, Mablu. You might be right. It feels good to have the feat of gold under our belt, even if my victory pales beside Sir Ultra. I know it shouldn't let me bother me, and gods know you have all been supporters, but I want to be strong or wise like my brother, to be promised that people respect. Which is not likely if I stand here carrying on. Let's move on. Back to Zubal's tea. With us, the contest has hardly begun. Oh, thank goodness, a capable-looking traveler. Please, I need your help. My caravan was attacked by a beast. I had a bodyguard, young Mamulja mercenary, but he could barely fend for himself. He somehow managed to throw me over his shoulder and carry me all the way here. Injured he was. I don't like his chances. Please, I beg you, go to Chabakulke and save him. We're gonna go save the young mercenary up here. Yeah, he's over there. Heard my lads, you felled those bloodthirsty beasts with such ease. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Thank you for saving me. As a mercenary for hire, I'm ashamed. So the merchant sent you, did she? The attack on the caravan saw her wares scattered all over. I figured the least I could do was retrieve as much as I could. Thank you for your time to rescue. I can still do just that. No need for you to stay here. Go ahead and let her know I'm safe. I'll grab what I can and be along shortly. Oh, I'm so relieved to hear she's safe. The Mamulja take considerable pride in their trade as mercenaries, but that young man seems to have particularly acute sense of responsibility. I've heard tell that some Mamulja travel across the salt to make a name for themselves. That said, earnest as he is, a young man failed to protect my caravan. If a young man failed to protect my caravan, we will have to discuss some form of compensation for my losses. I'm not heartless, however. He saved my life and risked his own to reclaim my wares. There is much to consider. For now, however, treating his wounds comes first. Oh, look at us. The contest has barely begun. And we already have 2 keystones. Surely even my talented brothers aren't doing this well. We can only hope. We've now won keystones from both the feed of reeds and the feed of gold. Surely that means our approach to the contest was the right one. So it would seem. By continuing to retrace Gulja's journey as presented in the saga, we should find the remaining electors in turn. And let's visit the giants next. Like Kryl said, the fact that we're searching for the Golden City might mean they know something. The home of Yui is in the upper reaches of Ulkrapaka. Unless you're keen on scaling the cliffs, we'll have to take it the long way around. This route will take us close to Moblin Village, which is another important location in the saga. Since we'll need the keystones eventually, it makes sense to pay them a visit while we're passing through. So we call on the Moblins first then. Let's head there right now. I'm afraid right now is going to be a problem. The flight of wee wingless, the great stairs leading to Moblin settlement, collapsed in the storm. What do we do then? There's an alternative, but it requires preparation. Until it's ready, you could rest at the cabins or see more of the city, whatever you prefer. Just be sure you'll accept any method of travel as long as it gets us to our destination. Of course, who do you take me for? Then as your guide, I will see to your arrangements. Well, it seems we have some free time on our hands. Let us make for the most of it. I need to get my axe prepared. I nicked the blade pretty badly when I took a swing at Guljaja. That reminds me, I never got around to introducing you to Ropley, did I? He's the man in charge of watching me and a good person. Come along. Okay. Let's go ahead. Ready, the markets of watchers are to the east. Anatelli's Tacos named its owner here, the lovely Tizzle. If you're after best tacos in Chile, this place sits at the top. You say that if you're bronze, but you only ever eat old Brookshew's food. Come and buy mine for a change. Sorry, Tizzle, it's been a while, hasn't it? I swear I'll stop by it once the contest is over. My, the true promise. How might I assist you? Well met, Robley. I need to buff a nasty nick out of my axe blade. Yes, it's been shipped quite terribly. Trying to cleave rocks again, are we? Or something like that. Think you can fix it? You stand among Tyrell's prodigious guarding artisan and ask this question. This child's play will have it repaired for you. 2 shakes of an alpaca's tail. Good to hear. I leave it in your grave old hands. Who's your companion, I may ask? It's Patios, a great adventurer recruited from across the salt. I brought her here to meet you, actually. Thought she might have a reason to visit Wakshu Mekimpi sooner or later. And allow me to introduce myself. I'm Ropley, humble representative of the Grand Center Trade. Ah, you there. Stop littering in the shadows and announce your business. Oh, I've seen that man somewhere before. Yeah, he was on the ship, right? Yeah, he's from the ship, remember? Ah, the drill maker you met on the voyage over. I remember, I spoke with him too. Fonjin 10. Yes, that was his name. Ah, you've been loitering like a flighty admirer who can pluck up the courage to confess his feelings. Out with it. Why are you here? That is to say... Sigh, we're no closer to solving this enigma. I wonder if you could use someone to talk to. I say we go and ask. Let me know by Nilikbrel if you find him first. Alright, well, let's go find Fonjanten. Fonjanten. Alright, on va aller trouver Fonjanten. He should be somewhere over there. Ah, you were conversing with Master Ropley, but wait, we've met before, haven't we? On the ship? Ah, you found him. Good. I'll be right there. Why did you run off like that? Did you have business with Ropley or not? Please, you need to concern yourself with my affairs. I am undeserving of such attention. Huh? What are you going on about? I beg of you, do not ask me to explain. Do not. Sorry, but the more you tell me not to, the more curious I become. Besides, you look like you need a friend. You are too kind. So be it. I suppose I can share with you a morsel of my misery. Before I came to Tuliolal, I worked as a goldsmith at the most prestigious jewelry maker in all of Ul'dah, Astain's Aesthetics. Oh, it started off well enough, but as the days passed, everything began to go wrong. Compared to the masterpiece of my talented colleagues, my products were lacking, mediocre. I lost all confidence, crippling doubt had possessed me, and my veneer of bravado tried to put forth such cracked beneath its weight. Thus I did take a ship, hoping to find a fresh beginning on a new shore, yet as you witness, I lacked courage to even approach a potential employer. You stand before a man wallowing in wreckage of his ill-spent existence. Alright, you offered a morsel, then served us a full course. You must really wanted someone to hear your story. If you like, I could try to give you a few words of advice. Then you have experience of my predicament, of feeling terribly inadequate compared to your undeniably superior peers? Well, when you put it that way, Aha, not me. I'm Wuklamat, third promise of Tuliolal. Daughter of the Dawn Servant. Oh, of course, you're a member of the royal family. Please forgive my presumptuous. But what of you? Have you ever measured your work against that of your colleagues and found yourself wanting? can't measure your worth by the success of the others. How can I not? Should my work not meet the same exacting standards? No new commissions will be forthcoming. What then was the point of my becoming a goldsmith? Looking back, it was my father who inspired me to take up the trade. His exquisite creation brought radiant smiles to the faces of his clients, and I admired him deeply for it. But in the course of striving to be a great goldsmith as him, I lost sight of my original motivation. All I ever wanted was to spend joy through my craft as he did. Perhaps I will give this one last try. Thank you both for reminding me of what is truly important. What is truly important, huh? Oh, sorry, Patios. I didn't mean to ignore you. But yes, I'm glad to see the phone Jonathan's giving himself another chance. I can't help but wonder if Jonathan will fall true. Let's see if he's actually gone too abruptly. It was you who came to come. It was kind of you to come. But you need to worry, I have found my courage. Pray accept my apologies for my earlier behavior. My name is Fon Jantan. I am a goldsmith from Ulda in faraway Uroza. I realize this is a bold request, but I should like to continue my trade, here in Wakumeki. If you will have me, I ask only for the opportunity to bring happiness to others from my creation. So that's what this is about. You were looking for work. Consider yourself hired. Wakumeki is always in need of skilled craftsmen. I'll handle the necessary paperwork. Can you start tomorrow? Yes, of course. I must thank you both again for your sage and timely advice. I don't know that I was all that helpful. But you were. Have you not come to speak with me, I would not have had that much moment of needed self-reflection. The arrangements have been made. Come and meet me at the entrance of High Tide Arbor. I almost forget. Do you have my axe ready, Ropley? Ready and waiting. Behold the sublime touch of Wakumeki's artisan. Oh, it's as sharp as deadly as the first day I held it. Thank you. Well, good luck to you, Fonjantin. Let me know if that doubt creeps back in. I'll be happy to talk to you out of it. As for us, we should head back to the harbor. Wouldn't you want to keep Erenville waiting? gonna continue Dawn Trail next time on Dawn Trail for all of Turali. See you next time on Dawn Trail. We're doing a lot of progress in the Rite of Succession, and we've got 2 of the keystones. We're on a good track. Good track.